What are microexpressions, and how can they help me understand people better? Microexpressions are fleeting facial expressions that last for a fraction of a second, often revealing a person's true emotions, even if they are trying to conceal them. They can be a powerful tool for understanding people's underlying feelings, but it's important to note that microexpressions alone are not enough to prove anything. They should be considered in conjunction with other cues, such as body language and verbal communication. What are pacifying behaviors, and what do they indicate? Pacifying behaviors are unconscious self-soothing gestures people make when they feel stressed, threatened, or uncertain. Examples include touching the forehead, rubbing the neck, fidgeting with hair, wringing hands, or stroking the beard. These behaviors reveal a person's underlying discomfort or anxiety, even if they appear calm and composed on the surface. How can I analyze body language to understand someone's intentions? By observing a person's posture, gestures, and movements, you can glean insights into their intentions and emotional state. Generally, a relaxed and expansive body suggests confidence and comfort, while a contracted and closed-off body indicates anxiety, fear, or discomfort. Look for clusters of cues that support a particular interpretation, and consider the context of the situation. How can I use the pleasure principle to understand someone's motivations? The pleasure principle suggests that people are motivated to seek pleasure and avoid pain. By understanding what brings someone pleasure or discomfort, you can gain insights into their actions and predict their future behavior. For example, if you know that someone highly values recognition, you can anticipate that they will be motivated by opportunities to gain praise and acknowledgement. What is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and how can it help me understand people? Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a psychological model that proposes that people are motivated by a hierarchy of needs, ranging from basic physiological needs, for example, food, water, shelter, to higher-level needs such as self-esteem and self-actualization. By identifying which level of needs a person is currently focused on, you can understand their motivations and priorities. What are defense mechanisms, and how do they impact people's behavior? Defense mechanisms are psychological strategies people use to protect themselves from emotional pain, anxiety, or threats to their ego. Examples include denial, repression, projection, and rationalization. These mechanisms can distort people's perceptions of reality and influence their behavior in ways that may seem irrational or illogical to others. Can I read body language over the phone? While you can't see the person's physical gestures over the phone, you can still glean insights into their body language by paying attention to their voice. The tone, speed, pitch, and volume of their voice can reveal their emotional state and underlying intentions. For example, a hesitant or shaky voice might indicate nervousness or uncertainty. What is the most important thing to remember when trying to read people? The most important thing to remember is that no single cue or behavior provides a definitive answer. Always consider the context of the situation, gather multiple data points, and look for patterns of behavior over time. Be cautious about jumping to conclusions based on isolated observations. What are the Big 5 personality traits, and how can they help me understand people? The Big 5 personality traits, represented by the acronym OCEAN, are a widely accepted framework for understanding personality. Openness to experience, how willing someone is to try new things and embrace novel experiences. High openness indicates curiosity and imagination, while low openness suggests a preference for routine and familiarity. Conscientiousness, how organized, responsible, and detail-oriented someone is. High conscientiousness is associated with planning, self-discipline, and achievement, while low conscientiousness suggests impulsivity and disorganization. Extroversion, where someone falls on the spectrum of outgoingness and social energy. Extroverts thrive in social situations and gain energy from interacting with others, while introverts prefer solitude and recharge in quiet environments. Agreeableness, how compassionate, cooperative, and kind someone is. High agreeableness indicates empathy and a desire to help others, while low agreeableness suggests a more independent and self-focused approach. Neuroticism, how emotionally stable and resilient someone is. High neuroticism is linked to anxiety, worry, and mood swings, while low neuroticism suggests emotional stability and calmness. Understanding where someone falls on these spectrums can provide insights into their motivations, values, and how they might react in different situations. What is the MBTI, and how does it differ from the Big 5? The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator MBTI is a personality assessment tool that categorizes individuals into 16 distinct personality types based on 4 dichotomies. Extroversion E versus introversion I. Focus on the outer world versus inner world. Sensing S versus intuition N. Preference for concrete facts versus abstract ideas. Thinking T versus feeling F. Decision-making based on logic versus values and emotions. Judging J versus perceiving P. Structured and organized approach versus flexible and adaptable. The MBTI provides a more categorical view of personality than the Big Five, placing individuals into specific types. It is often criticized for its lack of nuance and potential for stereotyping. What are Temperaments and how do they relate to the MBTI? Temperaments build upon the MBTI, grouping the 16 personality types into 4 broader temperaments. Guardians value security, belonging, and responsibility SJ types. Artisans seek stimulation, action, and virtuosity SP types. Idealists strive for meaning, growth, and significance NF types. Rationals focus on knowledge, competence, and understanding NT types. Temperaments provide a more integrated view of personality, considering how different traits interact to create broader patterns of behavior. How accurate are personality tests in predicting behavior? While personality tests can offer valuable insights, it's important to remember that they are not definitive measures of behavior. They provide a framework for understanding tendencies, but individual behavior can vary greatly depending on context and specific situations. How can I become better at detecting lies? Instead of relying on isolated cues, focus on analyzing conversations and observing clusters of behavior. Establish a baseline. Understand the person's typical behavior. Encourage free narration. Let them tell their story without interruption. Look for inconsistencies. Do details add up? Does emotion match content? Use surprise questions. Throw them off their rehearsed script. Increase cognitive load. Challenge their story. Make them think harder. Observe nonverbal cues. Watch for signs of arousal, tension, or discomfort. Trust your gut. Don't dismiss your intuition, but verify it with evidence. How does cognitive load affect a liar's behavior? Lying requires significant cognitive effort. When under cognitive load, liars may struggle to maintain their story, inconsistencies or memory lapses, display less emotion vocally, flat affect or detachment from the narrative, leak emotions through body language, increased blinking, pupil dilation, speech disturbances. What are some common mistakes people make when trying to detect lies? Focusing on single cues, eye contact, fidgeting, etc., can be misleading. Ignoring baseline behavior, not knowing how the person normally acts. Projecting their own honesty, assuming others wouldn't lie to them. Confronting too early, not allowing the liar to fully reveal their deception. What is the most effective way to approach lie detection? See lie detection as a conversational skill rather than a set of observations. Engage in a relaxed, casual conversation and use targeted questions to gently probe for inconsistencies and observe how the person reacts under pressure. What is thin slicing, and how can it be used to read people? Thin slicing is the ability to find patterns in behavior using minimal amounts of information. This concept, rooted in psychology, suggests that we can make accurate judgments about people based on brief observations. First impressions play a crucial role, and studies indicate that our initial assessments within the first few minutes often hold true over time. To leverage thin slicing, trust your gut. Acknowledge your initial reaction to someone. Observe deliberately. Pay close attention to their words, body language, and how they interact with their environment. Validate your impressions. Gather more information to confirm or challenge your initial instincts. What can a person's word choice reveal about their personality? Word choice is a powerful indicator of personality, values, and even mental state. Pronoun usage. Frequent use of I may signal self-centeredness, while we might suggest a desire for connection. Emotional intensity. Highly charged language could indicate neuroticism or a manipulative personality. Jargon and complexity. Overuse of jargon might be a sign of insecurity or a desire to appear intelligent. Figurative language. Metaphors and similes can reveal underlying thought patterns and beliefs. Pay attention to how someone frames events, assigns blame, and describes their relationships. Their word choices offer a window into their inner world. How can observing a person's home or possessions help you understand them better? Our homes and belongings are extensions of ourselves, reflecting our values, priorities, and aspirations. Openness and welcoming. An inviting home suggests sociability, while a stark or overly tidy space might indicate a preference for control. Signs of sociability. Guest areas, comfortable seating, and evidence of gatherings point to an extroverted nature. Personal touches, photos, books, and hobbies on display reveal interests and passions. Excess or absence, an abundance of certain items or a lack of personal touches can offer clues about values, self-esteem, and mental well-being. Observe what people choose to surround themselves with and how they maintain their space. These choices offer a glimpse into their inner world. Can social media provide insights into a person's personality? While social media often presents a curated version of ourselves, it can still offer clues about personality. Type of photos. Smiling, social pictures might indicate extroversion and agreeableness, while solo, neutral shots could suggest introversion or openness. Content themes. Frequent travel posts suggest a desire for adventure, while family-focused content highlights those values. Language style. Formal or informal language, humor, and emotional tone provide further insights. Remember that social media reveals an idealized self-image, offering clues about how someone wants to be perceived. How can you use questions to better understand someone? Strategic questions can encourage people to reveal information about themselves, often bypassing their conscious defenses. Hypothetical scenarios. What would you rescue from a fire? Or what animal best describes you? Can reveal values and self-perception. Indirect inquiries. Where do you like to spend your money? Or what scares you the most? Offer insights into priorities and vulnerabilities. Open-ended questions. What has been your most meaningful achievement? Or what do you find effortless? Encourage deeper reflection and self-disclosure. Listen carefully to the reasoning behind their answers and look for patterns in their responses. What can you learn from a person's handshake? Even a simple handshake can provide insights into personality and social dynamics. Firmness. A firm handshake suggests confidence and extroversion, while a limp grip might indicate insecurity or disinterest. Duration. A lingering handshake could signal a desire to connect or persuade, while a quick pullback suggests reluctance. Palm position. A dominant, downward-facing palm might indicate a desire for control. Observe the overall warmth and comfort level of the handshake, as it often reflects a person's general approach to social interactions. Is it fair to judge someone based on their online behavior or social media profiles? While it's essential to avoid making hasty judgments, online behavior and social media can offer valuable information. Consider these factors. Context. A few party pictures don't necessarily define a person. Look for patterns and overall themes in their online presence. Honesty. Research suggests that people are generally truthful in their online self-portrayal, even when presenting an idealized version of themselves. Correlation with performance. Studies have found a link between personality traits as perceived on social media and actual job performance. Use online information as one piece of the puzzle, supplementing it with real-life interactions and other observations. How can you improve your ability to read people? Becoming a skilled people reader is an ongoing process that requires practice and self-awareness. Cultivate curiosity. Be genuinely interested in understanding others. Observe actively. Pay attention to verbal and nonverbal cues, and consider the context of the situation. Challenge assumptions. Don't jump to conclusions. Gather more information to confirm or refute your initial impressions. Reflect on your biases. Be mindful of your own preconceptions and how they might influence your judgments. Practice empathy. Try to see the world from another person's perspective. By combining your intuitive responses with thoughtful observation and a willingness to learn, you can develop your ability to read people more effectively.